Integration between an ERP system and Microsoft Project EPM SharePoint. Actually, it could be any other EPM or enterprise project management system, but of course, we are focusing on Microsoft EPM in this case. If you look at the business side of the things, the first thing you always have to ensure is that you exchange master data. So before you start planning projects or creating any project in the system, you will want to ensure that all the resources are aligned and synchronized, that you have an up-to-date resource pool, that you maybe have the most current list of profit centers, because you might have to select a valid one for your project. So master data have to be in place and be updated frequently, maybe once a week, once a month, whatever makes sense. After having this synchronized, you will want to connect your projects to your ERP system. This can be done by connecting structures or something like networks or something like orders in the other system, whatever makes sense and is applicable for, I can hear my sound, is applicable for this integration here. And we will talk about how this can be achieved later on with some more details about the different approaches in terms of connecting and mapping the two systems with the best possible approach. Of course, connecting and mapping is not an end of itself. You're doing this mainly because you want to exchange dynamic data. Then dynamic data means that you might want to update forecasts, like forecast costs, or maybe internal costs like work, revenues, or even budgets between the two systems. On the other end, you have time postings, usually captured in Microsoft EPM, but some customers also do this in SAP, in CATS, for example, or in Dynamics, whatever it is. And you want to exchange this information the best possible way with the other system. Actual costs, no doubt that actual costs are usually captured in the ERP system based on purchase orders and invoices and whatever you have in place there. You will have costs that are assigned to the project, and you want to know about the costs secured and commitments and whatever is important for you to use in your Microsoft project, and to control your project based on this information. Last but not least, any other information sounds very generic. Of course, it is generic. It can be things like changing status, maybe in your SAP system, just to give an example here, release a project, or maybe provide some long text information that might be important. This can be anything, and we have a bunch of good examples for our customers that need to exchange additional data on top of what you see here in the arrows above. So this is the business perspective, and we will focus in this presentation mainly on SAP, but a lot of this of course applies also to Dynamics and other ERP systems as well. So if we look at SAP itself and try to understand integration from SAP perspective, and people that know SAP, we saw before that we have around 50% of the attendees here having an SAP system, they know that SAP consists of several modules, as you can see on the right side. The right-hand side here. So the modules that we support by default are, okay, there you go, are material management, mainly for collecting information about purchase orders and commitments, etc. Plant maintenance for customers in construction or oil and gas that need to run things like plant shutdown management, for example. PS, project system. CO, controlling, is always in place. No matter what you're using on top, it's always CO, which is receiving the data and connecting to FI for the accounting bookings. HR, which is mainly used for exchanging master data between SAP and Microsoft Project. And CATS, this is the cross-application timesheet. This is a very SAP-specific solution, which is used to post time inside SAP. Some of our customers that use CATS prefer capturing time in a Microsoft Project, and we take it from there and bring it back into CATS, which makes, of course, the time posting much easier. And BI as the business intelligence or business warehouse, in order to get some report information out from SAP or provide SAP some more data from EPM, so they can enrich the reports with project management information. Some other models like SD, sales distribution, or PP, which is the production planning, are used from time to time at customers case by case. In general, our products can connect to any module in SAP, but the ones in red color here are the ones that we most of the time have to connect to with our customers. So this is the SAP side of the things, and now we will take a look at the use cases that we're going to run through today and provide also some demos around them. The first one is updating enterprise resource pool. Some ideas around this one. The second one, mappings between ERP system and EPM. How can we map the systems? What does it mean, mapping? And what kind of approaches can we follow here? Cost forecasts. Where do you plan the costs? And how can you ensure that costs will go over across to the other system? Timesheet integration. And then last but not least, import of actual costs into your project.